Good morning. Kelson Emery's Gamer Dad here. I'm going to make another attempt to record this episode. I made two other attempts in the past and didn't go well. Got disturbed a lot. Basically, I'm doing a Lemoncloud survival guide for Skyblock. I'm in no way an expert on Skyblock. But I figured I'd at least give you something to get you started. Because I've been seeing lots of players join and say, how do I get started? What do I do? And the general consensus is buy a pack, get yourself a crop hopper, and a cell chest. But obviously, if you don't have those things, or if you don't want to spend a bunch of money, or any money really, that's one of the things that led me to push through and try to get this episode recorded. I saw some players saying, I don't really want to spend money on a pack, I just want to get started for free. There is a way. Yes, there is. My view is cactus farms. You can automate them. The only thing you really have to do is buy the sand. And it's not difficult to get things rolling. What you do is, where did I put it? I think it's right under me. No, it's right there. They start you out with some kelp in the little chest. So what you do is you build yourself a pool. Because they also give you buckets of water. You can literally build a pool for free. Obviously, give yourself a dirt floor. The general rule is supposed to be 5 wide, 5 long, 5 deep. And so you pour your bucket of water on the side of the wall there. You plant your kelp. And then you go do something else, and you come back and you harvest just above the bottom of the kelp and leave the bottom nub to continue to grow, and then you replant your kelp. You just keep doing that until it goes out further and further and further. Then you've got source blocks, and you can take your empty bucket of water and you can spread it around the edges and keep planting your kelp as it grows until eventually it's one big pool. That is one source of money that you always have. And obviously plant your crops too. Plant your crops, you can sell them. If you have a Java account, I've got both. But if you have a Java account, it's really easy to sell to the shop. If you're using a Bedrock like I'm doing on this one, to sell your crops, you have to go to the sell command. And then you just drag in your crops in here, and you just close it, and it automatically sells whatever was in there, and you get your money. Let's see here. I'm already actually making, I'm not making rich money, but I'm making enough money from I want to say 3 full floors down below, to where when I go to work and I come home to dink around for a couple of hours, I get about 30,000, 27, 30,000, something like that. So that's not rich money, obviously, but that is money that gives you some freedom to poke around and build stuff. Just keep forgetting something here. Getting to get my little stack of cacti. There we go. Oops. Obviously, I haven't got to the point where I'm doing big builds on this place. I actually do want to make kind of a nice place. I'm going to have to research how to do some of the building tricks. so that I can actually make an attempt to make a halfway decent looking place. I don't think it's going to be nice and as artistic as what some of you builders do. I'm not a true builder because of that. But I enjoy building, even though it may not be as nice as the artistic builders, artists out there. I keep forgetting. Special shout out to Juice69 for sending me 230 million randomly in the survival server. Special thanks to and shout out to Bats for showing me his iron golem grinder build. And also to Eric the player for showing me his iron golem grinder build. I pretty much modeled my build after that build because it had everything automated. It took a long time to figure it out, but I reverse engineered it. I got the automatic pumpkin dispenser. I even finally figured out how to get, what do you call it? The automatic pistons to kick over the bodies after you fully created your stack. Special thanks to Kai and V for sending my daughter millions of dollars. Kai sent 5 million to my daughter, and V sent like 30 million to my daughter. Let me see who else am I missing. There's definitely some generous players in the game that are contributing to the positivity of the community, and that should always be honored. And to offset the occasional toxic player who's just out to mess around and mess with your place wherever possible. It's one of the reasons why I find myself being drawn to Skyblock, actually. I don't think I'm quitting the survival. I'm just going to be bouncing back and forth between Skyblock and survival. Because there's some elements that I like about survival. I like the fact that you can go out into the wilderness and adventure. And that is just pure gold right there. The other thing about these pools is it gives you unlimited source water. So you can fish, you can get some fishing money for fishing, which is always useful. It gives you quick access to the, what do you call it? Wow, I kind of painted myself into the corner there. I need to put some doors in or something. Right here, over here, maybe here. That'll work. Think. Well, maybe not. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to go ahead and actually expand the living quarters out there and make an actual beautiful house. This is just a survival hut because I'm always used to night mobs. Anyway, what was I doing? I got myself sidetracked. Completely got myself sidetracked. What was I doing? Oh, I think I was just simply going up to get myself more water and finish this iron golem farm. Or, yeah, iron golem farm. Or this cactus farm. I think the part I got sidetracked was what I was talking about. Yes, I do that often. My ADHD mind gets sidetracked. Yes, it does. So, this is what I recommend if you want to go the free route and don't have money for packs. I'm not against packs at all. I've been a gamer for a long time, and I do know that if you want the game that you're playing to have better quality, it's a good idea to cough up a little bit of money occasionally to support the efforts of the developers of said game so that they can eventually hire really skilled developers that are going to put in the time and effort. So what I have this doing is it's trickling down here like this, trickling down here like this, down here like that to my hopper. There's my hoppers. And made 2 chests for this side, but over here I just got it all going into 1 chest. One day it'll probably be replaced with the cell chest. But I've spent way too much money already. And my wife just got laid off from her job, so we're down to one family income. So I'm going to hold off on the expense. Here is a cool little trick that I don't know if you know or not, but if you put a chest, I put a cell chest underneath the cobblestone generator. I put a hopper there. That is the cobblestone. Right there. So I made it to where it just gets sucked in, like so. Ooh. So I've got more cobblestone than I know what to do with at the moment. Wow. Find item. Buy cobblestone. Golden Icy and me. We're selling them for 50. The shop sells them for 100. I'm gonna just kind of push the envelope here. Cobblestone for sale. Sell chests. Half the price of shop. There. Maybe somebody will come in there and buy. I don't really need that. I figured I would just make it available to players that need cobblestone and don't want to spend as much money on the shop. Alright, one more trick that I discovered. If you break that block back there, you can literally just hold down your attack button. You don't have to sit there and hover. Especially if you have an enchanted high level pickaxe that blasts through this really fast. You have that space back there, and so you can literally hold down on the button and blast through this really fast. So I'm at a point where I have more than I need. Let's see here. There. Got all of those. This thing is so tricky. I mean, you need it for your points to raise up in the rankings on your Sky Island. So yeah, cobblestone. That's a way to get all the cobblestone you need really quick. Hopefully, I don't get this concept nerfed, but I actually loaded this up on my tablet where I have my my Xbox controller synced, and I used a hair tie and just put the trigger button down, held the trigger button down. Went and got myself a coffee. The only problem with that is, like if you're using a stone pickaxe like I am, you have to scroll over to the next one. But if you have an enchanted pickaxe with mending on it and unbreaking or reforge on it, you pretty much can leave it there indefinitely. You probably have to stack your chests so that it trickles down with all of the cobblestone you're going to load up on. But I figured I'd make it available to other players if they needed it. I'm not sure, but I don't think that's going to make me millions, even if somebody does buy from that chest. Yeah, that's not rich money. That was just put it. That'll be my cobblestone storage chest, and I'll make it available for people to buy if they need it. I can always make more. If admins or devs watch this, please don't nerf this concept. It's not gonna really be a big catcher. Once you get a chest full of cobblestones, I'm not even sure what I'm going to use all the cobblestones for. Because once I get to a point where I'm making enough money, I'm going to actually make a beautiful tower. I like making towers. It's kind of like my medieval fandom. I really like the medieval concept of towers and castles. And I don't see anybody rigging up any huge operations with this, even if they could automate it. I don't see the point to it, because I can't even sell the cobblestones for half the price of the shop. It's been sitting in that sell chest for 3 days now, and nobody's popped in to buy it. So I have it there just in case somebody actually does a search. It's a great way to also farm up your coal until you can get yourself upgraded. Let's take that out, take that out, take that out. There. So I can have some working materials. One more rank on the island, which to this day I still don't get the concept yet. I think I might just simply raise this up so I can go up and around. Yes, I will. Just raise it up. There we go. I have not figured out where to get enchant books except making them yourself. I'm slowly working on getting myself the materials for that. Hence the... I wonder if I can get away with doing this. Yes, I can. Alright. Get myself some walking space here. Accidentally dropped a couple of those while I was building. Got my sugar cane to make books. I'm not even going to sell these, at least not until I get my books. And even then, I'm going to be making more books. Probably just make so many books that I make a sell chest of books. Because I'm going to be working the enchant table, because that's the only way I know of to get enchant books. Nobody's selling mending in their chest shops. I don't see it in the auction house. And the few enchant books that I do see in the auction house are astronomically expensive. Tens of millions for some basic books in survival. So people are saying that these are a great crop to invest in too. I have no idea. Because the pistons don't break crops in the server, so I'm literally just going to go with this because I have to manually do it. I am not manually farming 2 or 3 levels of these. By the time I get up to level 3, these will be ready to harvest anyway, so every once in a while I'll make a pass, make my enchant books. I'll slowly work on my enchant table. That'll work. Give myself steps up. Gives me the windows there. Steps up here. Okay. I'm not even sure where I'm going to put said enchant table yet. Need a... I think what I'm going to do is... got my little working hall here. Working hut. I think I'm going to start working on my tower. Guess it'll be a cobblestone tower, but I really don't want to do a cobblestone tower. It's just... if I want to make something really beautiful, maybe I'll just, this will be kind of like a starting structure in cobblestone. And once I get my cactus farm higher and I'm raking in enough money, I'll decide on a beautiful block. There is a point in time where you can upgrade so you can go into the nether, so you can harvest some of the blocks they have there for certain colorations. So you got your stone blocks that you can buy. These are 100, 150. Sea lanterns, chiseled resin blocks. So it's just like survival, if you were doing survival. Let's see here, wood. Where was the decoration again? Decoration. Oh, okay, decorative blocks. Yellow wool, terracotta. So, like, if I really wanted to make a beautiful tower, I could pick one of these, like these glazed terracottas. and stained glass. 280. They're not cheap. Not cheap. 64 of those is more than 1,200 bucks. 13, 14, or 13, 14,000. I would say, yeah, that's right. My brain is not working. It's morning for me. There. I had no idea that I could sell poppies. I mean, it's not much at all. That must be kind of a carryover from the previous season because they did away with iron golems, which I suppose I definitely I agree with that decision to do that. Because quite frankly, I was getting bored of iron golems. And I go over to the survival server and I still make iron golems, but I have to admit I was getting very bored of iron golems. What in the world? I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I can just expand that out. Maybe I'm just going to start with that. I'm going to eventually move the trees out because what I want to do is I want to have different tree biomes. It may not be changing the biome itself, but different tree biomes. Better not get too carried away on that yet. I want to put a floor underneath all of that. But yeah, I want a dark oak forest in one direction, a regular oak forest in another, probably pale oak or something like that. And I'll do a cherry blossom forest for my daughter when she comes to visit. She doesn't play as often as she used to. She's kind of onto other things. She's getting back into her VR headset again. Gorilla Attack, or Gorilla Tag, something like that. Maybe I'll put a door over here or something. Foremost, I need. For some reason, I don't know why this doesn't. No, it did it this time. I kept trying to do that, and for some reason, it wasn't. I'm going to put dirt on the outside of that. Maybe I'll just simply make the whole thing one big tower. I'll knock out the dirt there and replant it out here around what would be the tower. Maybe harvest the dirt here and replace it with stone because dirt is precious, and start working on my forests. Yeah, I came here because I wanted to be able to build when I actually start experimenting with doing halfway not ugly builds like I usually do in the survival mode, which means like one of my favorite podcasters or podcasts is Spawn Chunks, and both of those guys are builders. And one of them is a professional artist. And I don't expect to make super duper beautiful builds, but because I do very blocky builds. I do blocky castles like that, and I don't think in terms of like slopes and angles and like how you can do steps upside down, so it makes it look like the so you can do like ships and things like that. There's literally a warp, the players claim, where they built ships, entire ships, not just one, a bunch of ships, which is awesome. Really cool, very talented, like warp battleships. Old school style ships like the wooden ones, and also modern day battleships. I want to say an aircraft carrier, which is absolutely talented, amazing. Yes, I do not expect to do that good of a job, but I would like to do more than just simply some blocky tower. I don't know if this was a glitch that was happening before, because when I first started in Skyblock, I couldn't do this at all. I literally had to come like this and go that way in that angle just to get the stupid block to go on the same level. So developers have fixed it. Awesome. Kudos to the developers, because that was no bueno. Put away some of this stuff here. Clear my inventory. Tough. I'm just saving that for now. I have to admit, those dark oaks, they're really hard to harvest. They almost, most of the time, they just give you exactly what you need to replace them after you harvest them. And occasionally they'll give you one or two extra saplings, so it's going to be difficult to get that dark oak forest up and running. Okay, did I have a door in here? I do have a door in here. Time to make some more doors. Okay. Get myself a walkway out there so that I can expand the dirt and start making the forest. I just break down and buy the saplings because it'd be quicker. By the way, the biome on this claim is dark oak. Keep forgetting. I can do this now. So that is, I guess, the main thing for now to get yourself started. Start working on that cactus farm. You have everything you need except for the sand. The sand is cheap. It's 100 per sand block. You get 1 cacti. Start out with 1 in that little chest they give you when you start out in the game. You get a few lava buckets. You get a few water buckets. And you even get some glowberries, which I did glowberries in my Java build. I haven't bothered with them. They're good price. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those. Except... yeah, I haven't really. Except basically build up a block up high, and then break it back down, and then tag a glowberry or a glowberry above. Maybe you just have a hanging garden or something like that. But for the moment, I'm like, it's not as big a priority to me. I just need to revamp this, harvest all of this, and replace it with stone. Because it's going to waste in here. Yeah, I got some of this stuff because a player was out passing out free kits. Oh shoot, I'm losing most of it. Gotta get down there and put some floor out. Okay, let's add to the floor. Let's do this. Doop, doop, doop. Harvested all this cobblestone, may as well put it to use. I didn't even have to spend a small fortune. How much cobblestone at $100 a pop? At the 60,000 I have, that's too much. Still poor. But I'm not really worried about becoming a billionaire. As I watch the billionaires gamble it all away, I don't think they even enjoy having billions. They just got to a point where they spent a lot of real money to get packs and lemons, and then they made billions from it, and then they just gamble it away. Game should be peaceful. I'm in the rat race with a day job and having to stay focused and make money there, so I want to escape in a game just for a little bit. That is the idea for gaming all along. What was it? It was escape from reality, the stress of the hubbub of life. Alright, that should do it. Back in. Go back up. Maybe I should even do it from up there so I can catch all the blocks. Yeah. Oops. Actually, I'm fine with it being dirt out here. Just wanted all this. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. And, by the way, I almost forgot to mention, all this kelp, because it grows like crazy in your little pool. Kelp is going for a lot of money on the market. It's a good crop. And this provides a nice, quick and easy crop, as well as fish, of course. Not exactly easy to automate or harvest, but here it is. There's kelp. Oops. Keep doing that. Yeah, I'm becoming more and more convinced that this is the only way I'm going to get enchantments is with an enchanting table. So keep your sugarcane. Unless I find out otherwise, or you guys find out otherwise, feel free to say it in the comments. I don't see the point of having a whole bunch of these melons, but one is good because it gives you a good steady supply of food. It is quick, easy food. If you get more than you eat, then you can always sell it. Okay, so we've got that, we've got that. Those are ripe again. I'm slowly replacing this with radishes, or with beetroots, because right now they seem to be the highest in the market at the moment. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and start expanding this more and more until it wraps all the way around. Then I'm going to take the dark oak forests. I want to put it that way. This would be my living tower. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that, really. Just putting out a platform. This is what I consider ground level, and I've got a couple underground levels. But the sky is the limit in Skyblock. And if you don't put a warp on your Skyblock, then you don't have to worry about some yahoo coming in and being a little jerk. I might put my enchantment table right up here out in the open. So when people say, "Hey, where's an enchantment table?" Or I might put it in my what I'll be using for my chest shop, and put the warp inside a carefully controlled chest shop. Part of the survival guide. Survival in games like this is kind of setting yourself up for the jerks. I think I might just simply build a special chamber for chest shops, and then put the warp in that chamber and put iron doors in place. Yes, that is a good idea. Mainly because I like my privacy. I don't like some jerk flying around, messing around with me, or my stuff, or my place. Putting it right underneath the tower here. That's not a bad idea. That'll work. I could put iron trap door drop in. If someone wants to come and see my place, they can just teleport directly to me. Not sure if you're watching this far into the video or if you've checked out, but one more suggestion would be the concept of where you're going to put your marketplace for your chest shops. The initial idea for these chest shops, I'm positive of this, and it is based on my hunch as a gamer, but a long time gamer, was people are out in the wilderness doing stuff and getting things, they get an excess of it, and they're like, well, I have more than what I need. And so you make the chest shop, put it up for sale. The idea was put up for sale at a modest price because you're trying to benefit your whole community, which I do see a lot of players doing that, actually. I see some chest shops in the survival mode, or survival server, where people made some really cool, useful stuff, like decorations, like toasters, for sale. They don't have to make these things, but they made them. And and aquariums. So cool little decorations you can just put in your house and just go shopping. And you get a beautiful place to shop in. So you can do that, or you're out adventuring and you just have an excess of stuff and you just put it in a chest shop. Make it available to other players because you have an excess. You're not going to use any more of it, but put it somewhere to benefit someone and do a modest price. And you have some of these greedy players that just go way too high. But the cool thing about those markets is that if a player's being greedy, the other players just won't buy from them. Plain and simple. They just won't buy. And after a while, their item that they greedily listed doesn't sell, and then they pull it back off and they relist it for a more reasonable price. I guess I need more on this side. All right. I think I will go ahead and make a nice tall chamber. Make me some iron doors. Messes with my OCD. I'll keep wanting to make everything uniform. Yeah, I'm still a relative noob. Basically started playing this game, I guess, technically about a year ago with my daughter. She was getting into it, so I was getting into it. She was super excited to play, and so started our own little realm together. And then my niece and her boyfriend, they had their own realm, and we joined their realm for a while and played. And I have a nephew, her younger brother, who is basically like a pro level Minecraft player. He knows how to speedrun the dragon, all that fun stuff. And watching that kid play, well, he's like 18 now, so like he's not a kid. Still a kid to me. I picked up a lot of great pointers that way because I was still busy cowering in a village trying to stay safe, not knowing that I was getting the villagers wiped out at that point. And they're busy. He's busy speedrunning, and my niece and her boyfriend they're getting like diamond armor and making beautiful builds because there are more builders. Doesn't quite. I need a couple more layers to line that up, I guess. Anyway, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this chest shop except set up my enchanting table and line it up with books that wrap around with just one little tiny little entry in the front. And I will put it in my shop, available to other players to use, which might make it a draw for them to buy and sell. I may even take that chest of cobblestones and move it into the shop here and put a buy chest on top of it. Not a double chest, a single chest. And that way it's really, really full. That way we get a good rotation. I always have access to cobblestones because it's boring. Even to strap a hair tie to the controller, it is boring. Because until I get pickaxe with mending, where I can just leave it alone to indefinitely harvest cobblestones, I have to come in and I've got to rotate in another pickaxe after the other stone pickaxe goes gunny bag. Or spend the money on diamonds, make myself a diamond pickaxe. But I have a feeling that my chest shop is going to involve enchantment books. Is that far enough over? Lines up with that. I think that's going to be good enough for now because I want to get my chamber up and running. That'll do. Oops. Oh well. Oh shoot. I completely forgot about that. I got chickens over there. Somebody can let my chickens out. I might have to just simply replace those. I'm just gonna. Jeez. I might go ahead and just put glass windows there. People can look, but they don't get to mess with. How high do I want to make this? That is the question. Just this high? All the way up to here? Decisions, decisions. I hadn't thought about that. Need a walkway to go around there. I'm gonna put that in later. One. Oh, whoops. That's not what I want for that. I want an iron door there. I guess that'll do. Just trying to decide. It's probably good enough. Give it some natural light. I appreciate the players who make these beautiful builds for you to look at. Sorry, mine's going to be a dungeon. I'm just not that artistic. Time to go load up on some more cobblestones. Suddenly I'm the one in need. Do I have wood? Because I need buttons in the iron door. I do have enough for an iron door. Let's see here. Iron door, there we go. Doop, doop, doop. There we go. Got 6 of those. A few things I'll probably go ahead and splurge on. The roof will be lanterns, like the sea lantern type thing. I guess we'll give them something. I think I may just kind of create a glass observatory type setup here. Didn't mean to say I'm never artistic. Just depends on how much cash I have on me. Where was decoration? Just too bad I don't have clear glass available to me. I mean, I can buy the sand. Well, I guess it is what it is. Let's see here. How much would that be? That's not too. Uh-oh, we're resetting. It's a good place to stop the video either way, I guess. Server just reset.